So, in the wake of the Dark Magician mirror match that finally happened, I figured I might as well show off my Dark Magician deck, and I figured I might as well get it over and done with now, because I do actually have school in a few more hours' time, and I do actually plan on taking this apart and reformatting it into my old Yugi deck, and I'm probably going to do the same thing and bring Kyber back as well, so for the whole purpose of the character decks thing, that's going to happen in once I've finished up the whole competitive thing at the end of the year. So this is probably going to be the last proper Dark Magician deck list that I'll do, which kind of sucks considering they committed some of the most popular videos that I've ever put up on my channel, surprisingly enough. But yeah, it's a thing. So this is the exact build, because this has literally happened maybe 2 or 3 minutes after the end of the Dark Magician mirror match. So this is the exact build that I used. So I've got a couple of Dark Magicians. I'm going to have the original artwork and my oldest serving one from the Yugi Evolution starter deck, sort of similar to Richie's old Dark Magician deck, which he can't use now because of a massive crease in the card that leaves marks on sleeves. So rest in peace to that old friend of his, essentially. Got the Dark Magician girl. I'd love to have the original artwork, but I've been a bit lazy about trying to get them. Just the 2 skill Dark Magicians. If I had to have my time again, I'd probably throw in a third one, but yeah, it's a thing. 2 breakers. Yes, they are the 2 different gold variants and stuff like that. I like this one better because it's got the because it's actually hollow foil and it's actually multicolor and stuff like that. Then a Blizzard Princess, which you saw in game 2. I did actually check on the rulings page of this, and this does actually have this, or what would have the equivalent wording as Evil Storm casted against Stellar Pox and that sort of thing. So this thing can't be veiled, and to seal off the opponent's back row for the rest of the turn is actually really nice. It means that the only thing that can kill it is Bottomless. I mean Solemn Warning. That is literally the only thing that can kill it, or Horn of Heaven, but nobody runs Horn of Heaven. That's the original I'm talking about, not Blackhorn. Then Oracle of the Sun and the Tricky, which both of those appeared in game 1. It's actually pretty good in tandem with Blizzard Princess, since you can tribute summon her by tributing a single spellcaster. Gaga Magician, just to make Exceed plays a possibility, as shown when I went to M7 in game 2. Apprentice Magician Engine, which is just the 3 apprentices, the 2 old Vindictives, my tuners in the form of Knights and Sorcerer and Frequency Magician, just because I sort of can, I guess. I don't really usually go into these anyway. And Magician of Faith, which, yeah, that's a bit of a thing. And then, last monster I have is a Chaos Sorcerer. I would fit BLS in, but for some reason I'm just sort of a bit hell-bent on a pure spellcaster sort of variant, not just having BLS or anything like that, so it's a thing. Then we have Spells the Gold Sark, just to search stuff out. It's good with Skill Dark, which is why I would like to run a third one. Diffusion Wave Motion, which I actually didn't think I'd ever get off, but I actually managed to get it off game 1. I mean, I still lost, but still managed to get it off, which is quite nice. 2 MDs, Magical Dimensions. I would probably love to run 3, but I don't have the third one. Miracle Synchro Fusion, in the case that I do have a Synchro into a Spellcaster, and then I can make Supreme Arcanite, but it was an impossibility since I just did not see it in the game whatsoever. Allure of Darkness, again, did not see in the match whatsoever. 2 Spellbook Wisdom, which seemed to prove its worth. It's pretty much just a cheaper version of Lance. And that is what that is what I was mouthing, I think, game 1 or 2. When I flipped up Spellbook Magician, I mouthed something that said I didn't actually have any Lances to spare or something like that. But I did have a whole bunch of MSTs though. I'm running 3 of those in this build. And then a Book of Moon and a Dark Hole. Just the standard sort of jazz. Traps are pretty straightforward, honestly. It's just 2 Fiendish, 2 Call the Haunted, 2 Mirror Force, and a Torrential Tribute. That's about it. It would be nice to have to run some fewer monsters and maybe run some more spells and traps, but as of now, this is just the build that I've just sort of decided to put together. Then for the extra deck, I've got 1 Fusion in the form of Supreme Arcanite. Never came anywhere near summoning. Synchros, I never saw any of my Synchros in the match, so Explosive Magician, Tempest for my 6s, and then Arcanite Magician, double Arcanite Magician, and Black Rose for my 7s. 8s was a BLs of the Diabolic Dragons. Since I had Knights in Sorcerer, I figured why not. And a Stardust Dragon, which almost saw play in the match, but Richie ended up opting for Thought Ruler instead. Downed Magician for my rank 4s. Downed Alchemic Magician and Black Ship. I could have easily gone for a rank 4, but I didn't think it would have been really that practical given the situation. Tyrus, just if I have like Oracle and Gagaga in hand. Constellar Ptolemy, which you saw, I had DMG and Gagaga Magician. Big Eye, which doesn't necessarily require Gauls because I got Gagaga Magician as well. And a Tactile Dragon in case I was in this the WTF situation where I could actually use the Gagaga Magician and a Blizzard Princess, which I was just about to beat, which I was almost in that situation in Game 2, which is surprising. But that's the end of the Dark Magician deck list. Like I said, it's probably the last one I'll do, because I'm going to take this down now and reformat it into my Yami Yugi build. I may actually, if I can work it out, maybe run 2 separate Yugi builds, the Little Yugi and the Pharaoh build. I'll have to see what happens, because I have to see what the future holds in stock, because I've still got to collect some bits and pieces that both Yugi and that both of the Yugis used and all the other stuff like that. So until that time, I shall proceed to bid you adieu, and yeah, so that's it. Laters.